Hello, I'm Matteo, the Chief Mobile Opinionist here at Tech Travel Geeks, and this is the Tech Travel Geeks setup video for the Realme GT2 Neo. This is a mid-range / premium mid-range smartphone from Realme, and if you haven't already, you can check out our unboxing of this device on the Tech Travel Geeks YouTube channel. But what we're going to do now is focus on the setup. And usually the first thing you do in the setup of a smartphone is identify where the SIM tray is. In this case, it's at the bottom of the smartphone where you have the USB Type-C for charging and speaker. So I'm going to use the included SIM ejector tool, and we'll also have a look at that SIM tray. So this is a very simple dual SIM tray. It is one that takes 2 nano SIMs, no space here for micro SD, but with the 256 gigabytes of onboard storage, that shouldn't be an issue. This device is 256 gigabytes of onboard storage, or as some still like to call it, ROM, and in this case 12 gigabytes of RAM. So we're expecting this to be a pretty powerful device, especially for gaming, if we bear in mind that it's running a Snapdragon 870 chipset. So we see Realme, powered by Android, the Realme branding coming up on screen, and that brightness ramping up. It's very nice. So let's select language. So I'm going to go with English. Oh, there's no United Kingdom. That's very interesting. Okay, so we've got United Kingdom. It must have recognized the SIM card. Great, I'm in the United Kingdom. User agreement. Let's just trust Realme on this one. So we're going to provide them with some user experience program data, system stability improvement data, and we agree to all those terms. We trust Realme after all. Let's use mobile data. And let's also connect to Wi-Fi. In this case, I'm going to connect to my Futurama-friendly network, Planet Express. Okay then, so that was my first experience typing on the Realme GT Neo 2, and I have to say that was quite pleasant. The haptic feedback was sharp, it wasn't mushy, and the keyboard was very, very responsive, which is a good sign of things to come. So we're now connected to Wi-Fi. It may take a few minutes to get connected and install updates. So I'm not going to copy any apps or data. I want to set this up as a brand new smartphone. It's the best way to do it in my experience. Less issue with corrupt data or apps that don't play nice with the transfer process. Now I'm going to sign into my Google account. So there we go. We're now getting the account information from Google. And we're going to prove to all this, as we've done on multiple devices in the past. In Google we trust. After all, Android is a great service. Now this is the ballot screen where you get to choose who your search provider is on the device. The list is quite wide here, but I'm going to go safe and go with the big G. So let's continue the setup, see what other things we have here. Obviously there's the assistant service, which should already have my voice imprint because I've set up multiple devices. So we're okay with Google Assistant. Okay Google. Okay Google. Okay Google. Interesting, I haven't had to do that in quite a few months, but it worked great, no issues there. So we don't want to add another email account, change the wallpaper, or review additional apps. I'm just going to say no thanks. Now let's set up security on the device. So I'm going to go with, in this case, a password. I'll just need to tap this in. Okay then, so let's set up the... No, I don't want to do that. Okay, so that's interesting. It just jumped me out of the security setup for the password, or sorry, better, fingerprint scanner. So let's look at Realme UI. So very interesting. So this is a very clean UI as far as I can see. It has an app drawer in the launcher by default, which is also always great to see. It has a notification shade, which is pretty much close to the Google experience of Android. And I should say this is very smooth. Now there are some pre-installed applications. Let's just go through those. So we've got Amazon Music, I'm happy with that. Amazon Shopping, Booking.com, LinkedIn, Netflix, Photos, PUBG Mobile. There is quite a few pre-installed applications here. I'm not too bothered by any of them, but let's see if we can uninstall them easily. Yes, so it's not really an issue. It's that easy to uninstall a pre-installed app if you don't like it. There's obviously Amazon here, Twitter, all the usual Google apps, so it's not too bad. And also AliExpress, great to see that. I love AliExpress. Okay then, so we've done the basic setup. Let's try going into the settings and see if we can set up our fingerprint. This is something that I think is quite important. So we've got our lock screen password, add fingerprint. Okay, so it's suggesting we place our fingerprint on the sensor. So that's here in the bottom section of the screen. And just by looking at the way it's working, you can see my finger is being blasted by light as I put my finger on the fingerprint scanner. That means that it's an optical one that works by blasting light at your finger. So that's it, fingerprint done. It's recommended you also enroll your face and use Face Unlock. Let's do that. See if I can break it with my Sunday morning face. So, enroll face. That was fast. That's very fast. Great, so let's see how that works. So, Face Unlock is immediate. Let's just face it away from me slightly. And fingerprint is lightning fast. That is really, really fast. I'm surprised by how fast that is. Whoa, that is really good. So first impressions of the fingerprint scanner is excellent. So next up, I'm going to put the Realme case that we saw during the unboxing on the device. So I'm going to slide it in. And it fits nicely. It doesn't add much bulk, but more importantly, it protects that camera bump on the back of the device, which is great to see. Right, let's go into the Play Store and have a look at how downloads are going. So, manage apps and device. There's 27 apps waiting for updates. I'll kick that off and see how that goes. Now, another thing to do with a new phone is always check where we are with in terms of not only specs but the security patches, see how they're doing. So the device is the GT Neo2 5G, Realme UI version 2, Android version 11, the chipset, which is a Snapdragon 870 with 12 gigabytes of RAM. There's 256 gigabytes of storage, and that's it. So let's tap on the Android version. At this point, this is now the beginning of November 2021. We have an August 2021 security patch. It's not great, but it's not as bad as other smartphones we've seen from Nokia recently. So let's go and see what we can do about software updates. So Realme UI is nice and clean and simple. It's really easy to find stuff here. In this case, it's Realme UI 2. About this update, it's all in Chinese, so I'm unable to actually know what it means. Let's see. Oh, this is up to date as of this point in time. Okay, so this is the latest update with a changelog in Chinese. That may not be great if you're trying to understand how that happens. Okay, so we'll leave it at that. Obviously, during our full long-term review, we'll be able to tell you if we've had updates on this device, how they've been going, and what new features have been added or removed. But just a quick look through the UI, as we saw, it's a very smooth, clear Android edition, Android distribution in this case. I quite like it. In many, many ways, it reminds me of the Android distribution that we saw on the, in this case, the Vivo X51 5G earlier this year and late last year. Smartphone I really, really enjoyed using, and this overall setup with its density of texts, with the fluidity of the operating system, is lovely to use, just going through the scrolling here. Now, obviously, if you prefer this as an AMOLED screen, you should be able to set up dark mode. Let's see. Yes, you can. And this will potentially, because of the AMOLED technology, save you power, but also make your eyes slightly more comfortable, especially when using the device at night. I find that there's a little bit more contrast between the colors in the menus when using dark mode. And because it's Android 11, all the operating system and apps that are enabled to take advantage of that do so. So as you can see, in this case, my Google feed has gone into dark mode. Let's just check very briefly. Even Chrome now has dark mode. So all good here. Great, let's just see how the updates are going. So 11 left to update. Whilst we're at it, I believe one of the most popular games people want to see is Call of Duty Mobile. So what we'll do is install Call of Duty Mobile, install all the updates, and do an upcoming video of the Realme GT Neo 2 or GT2 Neo playing Call of Duty Mobile. If you'd like to see a live stream of me doing that, please do subscribe to the Tech Travel Geeks, and more importantly, leave us a comment in the section below to let us know that you would like to watch that live stream. Now, whilst that installs and all the updates install, let's have a quick look. That's great, that's happening. We also have PUBG pre-installed, so we can do a video on that as well if you'd like. Maybe what I'll do is I'll make a poll in the social section of our YouTube channel and see which game you'd like to see compared, or which games you'd like to see covered in our review videos of the Realme GT Neo 2. So that's, I think, everything in terms of the setup. I have pre-installed all the Amazon apps that I like using. It has all the pre-installed Google apps. This was the setup video for the Realme GT2 Neo, which we'll be doing a long-term review of. Thank you for watching if you made it this far, and leave us a comment in the section below if you'd like to know anything or give us some feedback. Thanks for watching, and goodbye from me.